Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon and today is our Fun Fold Friday. Today I'll be sharing with you some celebration products that we'll be using to make our fun fold today. So today is second day of celebration, so I thought it'd be fun to share with you some great ideas of things you can use. And if you're new to my channel, know that celebration is a time of year through Stampin' Up! That they reward you for shopping. So for every $50 to $100 you spend, you can earn free exclusive celebration products. Let me show you a little bit and then I'll show you our card for the day. So here's our celebration flyer. It goes from January 4th to February 29th. And inside, I'll show you all these amazing things. We're using two of the items today. So we're using this amazing Sunny Days Designer Series paper that actually coordinates with a whole nother bundle in the new mini catalog that also just came out. And then we are using this cute Cradle in Love stamp set that is also free with a $50 order. So if you notice some things are $50, we have Designer Series paper, and then towards the back of this flyer you'll see items that are for free with $100. So these are the dies that go along with the stamp set. So in order to get those two free, you'd have to order $150 worth, which sounds like a lot, but it is easily done with the new catalog. There's so many fun things to love in there. And if you are ordering $150 worth, also you become your own instant host. So I have a hostess code for those who are just shopping below that amount. If you shop more than $150, I say use those hostess rewards for yourself. You'll start earning 10% of your total. So let's say you have $150 worth of product, you then get 15 free products worth. With your order, as well as picking out 3 different celebration items. So it's a great time to shop. In addition to shopping, you can either host an event and you earn hostess rewards for even more if you can't get to that $150 by yourself, or you can join Stampin' Up! So you'll notice that my new fun glass I have underneath me is the Stampin' Glass Studio mat. That is for free during celebration to those who join. Or if they're like, I don't really need that awesome looking mat, they can do the other option is to get $30 worth of free product instead. So you have choices of how you can use the celebration, either just shop and earn free products, host an event, or join and get those free deals. Okay. That's my little plug right now for celebration. Of course, I love hearing from you. So please comment below on YouTube or even on my Facebook group. And one lucky person who comments before I see it on Saturday. I always say midnight, but I never get up at midnight to check. So as long as you're commenting before I see in the morning, you'll have the chance to win the card that we're making in the video today. Let me show you this card. This was inspired by Lisa Curgio. I always say her last name wrong, so I apologize. She's in Florida. She's amazing. She did some Christmas cards with this style. It's a Stair stepper card, because you'll notice that it unfolds and it looks like it has these steps here and they go up and up. And she's added these fun looking diamonds is where we've done our stamping onto. And then also don't forget the back where we have our little green sweet bundle of joy. I'm using the Cradle in Love stamp set. This one is fun because it has these great baby shower images. This cradle here can go on top of this rug. I did it in this card, but if you look closely, you'll see like there's little gaps here where you can put it on there without it having to go through the lines. So it's super, super cute idea for this card. Then lots of different greetings, a boy, girl, baby, sweet, bundle of joy, and welcome little one. And then these 4 fun details. This is to hang the mobile from the cradle, and just some bonus details there too. Great, great set here. Let me actually grab the paper, which is also a celebration item, because the paper we're using is really unique. Let me show you why. But I cut it down so it's hard to see. So I'm going to show you the full 12 by 12 of this one. So on this one we have clouds on the top, and then we have the rain on the bottom. So my idea behind this one was I wanted to make it look like a baby shower, and we're showering the baby with these sweet words and gifts I will give to the baby being born. And in fact, I found out that just this morning my niece is getting ready to have her baby boy. She's getting induced today, so super exciting times. I'll probably end up sending this card to her. But the idea is that when you cut your DSP, I cut it so that the long ways was going this way, so it went up the stairs. So step 1, 2, and a little bit of rain and clouds on the final step. So that's my tip to you if you're using the same paper as I am. You could switch it out, of course, but I'm loving that Sunny Days Designer Series paper. All right, let me get our pieces in. I'll give you a couple measurements, but most of these measurements you'll find over on my blog, just because it gets too crazy to remember them all. Just know that you'll have a mat for each of your DSP, and we'll have 4 pieces of DSP, and then that means 4 mats. You'll have 2 basic whites, and the basic whites, one will be for the mat of the DSP, and one will be for the back. The one that is longer, can you see the difference between those two? This longer one is for the back. Oh, I might have said that wrong. Here's how we find out. We look at this, and there we go. The longer one is for the DSP. This one is just for the back of the card. I want to set that one aside because we want to do a little stamping on there. And then we have our diamonds. So I have mats for these as well. So I have the largest one, the medium, and the small. The small goes in the front, middle, back. Then for this one, we'll have the matching paper to go along with that. Does that make sense? So then we're going to keep this one out, and we're going to keep this one out of the basic white, and we are going to grab our foam mat and do some stamping. And, oops, and our smallest one, so that should match those two there. Let me grab my foam mat into the scene so we can stamp nicely. And you have to remember, these are going to be diamonds, not squares. So we're going to turn them in just a second as well. Okay, we'll do the simple stamping first for this guy, which goes on the back. So for the back one, I just have it saying, Sweet Bundle of Joy. I'm using one shade of ink, which is always fun, which is just the pool party, because that matches our card base for the day. Oh, don't forget, if you are shopping from me, use a hostess code for the month January. That will be in the link below as well. All right, here's our pool party. I'm going to set this over here and move our card out of the way. And then let's grab our greeting bundle of joy is what I want to stamp first. And go about center. Press down, lift up. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to add the sweet. Ink that up. Go just right over the bundle of joy. You can go either direction, top, middle, side. I'm going to go just a little bit over the bundle, sweet bundle. Cute. If you want to add more items here, you totally could. In fact, I think I will. I'm going to add our cute little baby elephant because we'll see him later. And I'm going to add a cute little bottle. I want to make sure I'm giving myself enough space that I can write my note here as well. All right, that one is done. Go ahead and grab a piece of scrap paper, something just to protect your foam mat for our next stamping parts here. Okay, so diamond, diamond, and diamond. I'm going to get my large cradle out, and we'll do that one first. We're going to take that and ink it up. Press down nicely. And we're going to have it so it's not going to all fit, but I want the top to fit. So the bottom can come off, and I'm okay with that. And press down. Cute, cute. If I wanted to, I could add the mobile, but it didn't quite fit nicely on this diamond. And so I'm content with the way that looks without it, because we're going to add that to our blue piece here. So we'll grab those images. And I always like when I'm doing a cluster of images, like for background, I always start with the largest one first. So this is the mobile piece here with the moon and the stars and the whale. And I'm going to stamp about 3 of these. And I'll turn it each time This is why I have that scrap here, so that way it can come stamping off. And we'll add one more cute little whale and some stars right there. Okay. I'm not loving it. Maybe I'll flip it. We'll call it good. We'll make it work. The next largest item or size of image is the elephant, so we're going to stamp that one, and we're going to fill in the gaps a little bit for where we've already stamped. Let me put at least 2 of these guys on there. Cute. And the tiniest piece is that cute little bottle. So we'll put a bottle to make sure we're angling it different than the pieces we have on there. Cute. A bottle down there. Get the end of the bottle on that side there. However you want it to look. In fact, I can go back in here and do a couple of little different things if I want to, because there's still some empty spaces. But I'm going to leave it like that and call it good. And then we just have one last thing to stamp, which is in the middle, where it says, welcome, little one. We'll ink this one up. This one I do want to do a practice with. I was having, there we go, nice. And that one we're going to turn our diamond so it's going the way we want it to go. Welcome, little one. And then on the bottom of that one, we'll add our cute little elephant. He is just so cute. Okay, that should be all of our stamping, so we'll go ahead and put our ink away. Remove our foam mat because we don't need that on anymore. And let's grab our card base. This is the part that looks the trickiest, but it's fairly easy. So let me tell you these measurements. This is a 5.5 by 11. So we have 11 here. We're going to score it at multiple spots. So let me tell you the measurements for this one. Again, over my blog, so you don't have to memorize this. We have the 3, the 6. So that basically makes it a half right there. And then we have the 7.5, 9, and 10. Those are all the score lines. And grab your bone folder, because that's going to be your friend. And we're going to start the fold with the back one here, going up. Oops, there we go. Sorry, loud noise. My bone folder slipped from my hand. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and fold it. Again, going up. And just creasing along those score lines so that way it lays nice and flat. The fun thing about this card is that it does actually fit into an envelope. So you can send this in the mail, even with all of its fun steps it has going on and the diamonds here. Okay. One last one. And as you start folding it, you can see how it's coming together, and we can see our steps here. It's pretty awesome. And now it's all just about the attaching and gluing. So I'm going to get my DSP with my mats, and we'll glue them on. I was tempted to flip this one over and just have clouds. I think that's what we're going to do for this one, just to show the difference. And then the bottom ones will still be the rain. Okay. So you do need to flip it over in order to glue it. So I'm taking my liquid glue, putting a little bit on there, mostly in the middle, so it has some squish lines or some wiggle room. And then line it up. I usually start to line up on one side and then press the rest of it down, and then I'll shimmy it after I put it down. So I don't press firmly until I know that it looks good. So that looks good to me. So then I'll press down more. This one we want to put the adhesive on the other side, even though that is so pretty, right? Like that rain to the clouds, but I was going to make it a little bit more cloudy and see how that turned out. Right now it is our rainy season here in California. So that's a fun thing we've been having lately, is some wet weather. Most places usually get snow at this time of year. You guys will have to let me know in the comments what kind of weather you're having. If you have clouds. We had a beautiful sunrise. There was a pink and reds this morning here over the coast, Pacific coast. All right. That's looking cute. I could even do like a every other, and that would even be really cute. There's so many fun possibilities with this Stair Stepper card. I'm going to keep the rain though. I'll keep the rain. And do a little bit more liquid glue in the center. Again, allowing some of that squish room. And start on one side and lay it down nicely. That one turned out pretty good. Just have to fix the shimmy in it just a little bit. Okay. And then I'll smooth it out. All right, while we're here though, let's grab those mats. This one does not have a mat. This will just be by itself. So that one aside. Here's this guy here. I usually don't like liquid glue for the back of Basic White, but because we do need to wiggle a little bit, I'm going to forgive myself for using it. And the diamonds are kind of hard to line up just because you have to look at those corners. It's what we're matching and making sure we're creating a nice frame. Okay, that one turned out pretty good. Flip this one over. All right, that's our center diamond. Excuse me. And place it on here. Just like so. That looks pretty good too. We're doing better than I thought. Now we just need to add these pieces plus this guy over to our card base, and then I'll show you how to attach those diamonds. I am actually going to grab my stamping seal for the back side of this Basic White because that's going to go on the back of our card here, and he doesn't need too much wiggle room. So we'll put this one here. Make sure we're getting all of our outline there. Okay, flip this one over. Grab our liquid glue. I'm going to liquid glue all three of these at the same time. It's kind of those tips that just kind of speed up the process. Going around. This is a large piece, so you make sure you go around the border and in the center. Hope we don't get any squish. That one's gonna be close. Okay. Now it's like a pit station. You gotta do it fast. You don't want that glue to dry. Okay, make sure we're not going over that score on the bottom and that we have still some border here. Close that one up. Get ready for the next. Make sure your rain's going down and not up. That would be quite the card, huh? I like to use my placement from the last one I just put on as a guide. And then we'll do the same thing for our last one here. Place it so it's matching the ones that went before it. Oh, this is turning out really cute. Okay, those are going to dry for just a hot minute while we start with our next step. So we need to flip these over. Remember what's the top and the bottom though. And we need to add some dimensionals. I'm going to use minis, and you'll see why in just a minute. But you can use regular dimensionals. For this one, we're going to need in the corners. This is our largest diamond. And in the bottom. And we'll put two more here as well, just to try to make it more stable. Remove the backings. I have a little bit of liquid glue on my fingertips. I'm going to rub it off. Let's see. Because it keeps on sticking. There we go. I have them all off. Now what we need to do is open this part up. And we're just going to focus on this piece here. We're going to go center and put it so our diamond's not going past that score line as well. So I need to make sure that it looks pretty good on both sides, fairly even, pretty center. I could use my grid behind me, but I'm not a perfectionist. Make sure that can close. Oh, see, that's too far down. So let me have it push it up just a little bit more. There we go. Now it will be able to close without catching. Okay, now we're going to keep this one closed. We're going to add the dimensionals to the bottom of this one, but since you notice that there's not much room here, so we can only put dimensionals at the very bottom and nothing on the sides for this one. So this is where the minis come in handy. You want to do at least 3. And if you wanted a guide, you could put it right on top of here. and be like, okay, I could have dimensionals all the way up to about here on this guy. So if you want to move them up, you could. I'll probably do one more right there, kind of making a diamond in itself. Remove those backings. And our goal for the lineup here is that we want it to have, make sure the bottom's good, to have a little bit of that basic white showing and that the diamond is matching along that side there. Can you see how that looks? So it's a fun build upon. Okay, then we close that one up and we get ready for our last piece. And it doesn't matter which direction this one's gonna go. It's up to you how you want your images. That mobile was kind of my first one, so we're gonna call that one the right side. I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna put dimensionals just at that very, very bottom. Again, I'll try to do 3 ones really close to each other, just because we want it to be able to stick on there and not be too flimsy. Okay, the goal for this guy is that we want him to look like he's lined up with those other diamonds here. So I have that one there. We did pretty good, pretty good. Look how cool that looks. And when it unfolds, we have those 1, 2, 3 steps with our messages, and then on the back as well. The fun thing about this card is that it can stand by itself and has like a nice progression of the card. So cute. Love this one. Now you just have to let me know which one you like more. The one with the clouds or the rain on that final big piece of designer series paper. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please just subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see my Fun Fold Fridays every week. And be sure to shop my online store if you want to get these celebration items. It's only from January to the end of February, and then celebration is over. So get them soon. And so they are while supplies last. So we have it in our flyer, but if we sell out, Stampin' Up! Will not make any more. So if this is a favorite item, grab it sooner than later. All right, you guys, happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.